Muffins use a quick bread technique, but the methods are a little different for gluten-free bakings. To start, we whisk together the dry ingredients. 3/4 of a cup of teff flour, and teff is a grain from Africa and it's full of protein. 1/2 of a cup of brown rice flour, and this is a whole grain flour. And 3/4 of a cup of sorghum flour. Now you notice we're using a blend of flours. You don't just substitute one for one when you're making gluten-free foods. You need a mix of different flours to make it work. Add 2 teaspoons of baking powder, 1/2 teaspoon of salt, and 1/8 of a cup of ground flax meal. Whisk together until incorporated, and set this aside. In a separate bowl, mix 1/4 of a cup of molasses, 1/2 cup of rice milk, 1/2 cup of sparkling mineral water, and this adds the bubbles to the baked good and makes it a lot lighter. 1/4 of a cup of sunflower oil, sort of low fat, 2 egg whites, and 1/2 cup of sucanut. We'll add the spices now. A teaspoon of ginger, a teaspoon of cinnamon, and 1/2 teaspoon of apple cider vinegar. Another thing with gluten-free baking is you need an acid in the mix. It balances the pH of the recipe. Mix these ingredients together until incorporated. Add the dry ingredients and mix thoroughly. Place the batter in an oiled muffin pan. And I fill these all the way to the top with gluten-free batters because it just makes them turn out a lot better. So you might not get 12 muffins. You might get 10 or 11, but they'll look good. Gluten-free flours are dry and they need to sit for a while before you bake them, like 5 or 10 minutes, so that they absorb the liquids. And since I only made 11, I'm going to put just a little water in this last muffin tin so it doesn't scorch. And then bake this in a 400-degree oven for 25 minutes. Baking gluten-free is a little different, and once you know a few techniques, you'll be able to make successful baked goods. For LifeWise, I'm Duane, Alternative Cook. For more information on gluten-free, dairy-free, allergy-free, instructional cooking DVDs, and the new Bake Deliciously Gluten and Dairy-Free Cookbook, please visit alternativecook.com. I'm gluten-free and dairy-free and I can live grateful for alternatives. There's always an alternative. There's always an alternative.